Okay guys, good morning again. Let's kind of go over some trading ideas here. And let me get my charts moved around. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, we'll talk about VISL. Let's see. I just changing my desktop settings. I had them changed for the Benzinga webinar, which we should have a copy for you guys soon to watch. That was really good. That went well last night, so that'll be added to our review page. We'll make sure you guys can all get access to the that webinar. Really awesome. They got a new feature coming out. I haven't seen it launch yet today, but I'm hoping to see that pop out. That was really cool. New scanner feature. So let's look at VISL real quick. Obviously, this one is towards the top, or was towards the top on the gap scanner at one point this morning. Briefly, you can see the 9 EMA resistance at 133. You want to know how you can really see nice pre-market price action off of a 9 EMA? Well, this is the way to do it right here. So this had news. It tapped the 9 EMA daily and it pulled back. So now we have this kind of gap, and we have a really strong support level at 112 so far. If 112 were to break, this thing would be likely to retrace lower, maybe continue in its trend of, gapping up and failing. I mean, it was nice that it actually tested the 9 EMA. There is the potential for this to go back up to it. So there's 10 to 15 cents really in either direction that this thing could go. So that's volatility. That's something that you can trade. We obviously like that. We're as day traders, we're hunting for volatility, and we're looking for the best setups. Right now, this thing is like kind of right in the middle of the road. Looks like it's consolidating in this kind of range. We'll have to see what the volume looks like at the open. But the play could be long or short, depending on if you're able to borrow from this. This might be a good play, but watch carefully for any type of short squeeze that could potentially come in. I mean, the float is extremely low. The short float was 11%, and so those guys, you don't know if they've covered yet. They could cover, causing this to rally, and so you're going to have to keep a close eye on it. Anytime you got a float under 2 million, it's going to be very volatile, and you should be extremely careful. This one's from the watch list. Actually, let me make sure I cover let's cover Snap really quickly. So Snap gap up from earnings yesterday. You can see the reaction was great. I actually have a Fibonacci level around 1710, but you can see we've left the 9 EMA daily. We've left a lot of our daily moving averages behind. If I switch to an hourly candle just to show you, this has been the trend. The Snap has been up. Continuation looks good. If we go back and look at the daily chart, this is where the daily price is sitting. Even though it's pre-market, TrendSpider is showing us a daily candle way up here, which is really interesting to see. We like to see that this has kind of cleared this whole pullback, right, on Snap. And if we go out even further to the weekly chart, there is the current weekly price action, right? Look at this big weekly trend, guys. And we go further back, and you can see 21. Let's see, what are we testing right here? So we're really close to this weekly high candle at 1687. And you could see 1635, this weekly top right here. So there's definitely some weekly resistance to watch out for on Snap. I think depending on if this thing closes, this week somewhere in this range, it could go either way. It looks like 1692 is the high of this wick through here. So it's quite possible that, this stays in a range the rest of the week. And then we'll see what happens if there's a gap opening into next week. But this is still day tradable today. We have this huge gap. We don't know if people are going to take a lot of profit. Is this going to drop below the pre-market range that's been established. You kind of have this pretty close to a little double bottom here in the extended hours. But if this drops below, let's see, 1609, 1610, there could be a good, short play, although there could be dip buyers. So you have to really look at this one. It should be extremely volatile today. Go either way. But I like it. Let's see. And I'll just show you guys real quick on. Yeah, so there's my 75% custom fib that I use, 17.1. So there's our angular resistance. There's our consolidation flag. These are the angular trend lines I'm going to be watching for a breakout in either direction on snap. Let's see, let's cover sprint, and then I'm going to cover SPY briefly. So we've got a channel up. You can see this thing has kind of found a little bit of a resistance zone. This is a new channel that has formed, potential opportunity for a megaphone. Looks like I have a fib at 780. So this thing, if we look at the hourly resistance, we are kind of right in that zone for either breakout or smackdown. Right, we can get smackdown up in the zone. This is where we got smackdown last time. So this is a very long trading range. We've been oscillating around the 50% retracement. We broke out one time before. This thing could do the same thing. Maybe hit that 790 level again. And we've got earnings. We've got the potential merger, I guess, between T-Mobile and Sprint. So this could have people really excited for the health of this company. We shall see, but Sprint is definitely on the list. And last but not least, I got JNCE. So this had news, pre-market, hit a $7 level and has been pulling back. Momentum does not look too fantastic right now. Let's see, we've got kind of an angular resistance through here. Looks like a bit of a falling wedge. Like if we go from this wick to here, we've got a wick right here where price action opened on this gap on this 5-minute chart, and then we've been kind of stuck in this consolidation falling wedge pattern. So maybe the 200 SMA 5-minute will pick it up. If we look at the trend spider chart, let's see, did I add JNCE up here? Yeah, there it is. And switch to the daily. You can see daily, this hit the 100 SMA daily. So that's it, YouTube. I'm sorry for the short stream this morning. I'm going to shut it down. If you guys want to join us in our trade room, I'm just going to switch back to our trade room now, focus on that, and get the screens all ready. Thanks for watching. I'll try to give you guys a midday recap later on YouTube about these stocks and kind of what happened. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy. Trade safely.